Have you come across job profiles such as machine learning, web development, web scraping, and game development, and wondered which programming language to begin with? Well, Python is the most simplest, easy to read, learn, and write programming language with simple English-like syntax. It is much easier to learn and has vast applications compared to other programming languages. Hi guys, Sakibi and welcome to my YouTube channel Coding Hub. Wondering whether this course is suitable for you or not? In this video, I'll give you a brief introduction to contents of this course, which will give you a proper understanding of what you are going to learn. The goals of this course are is basically for beginners with little or no coding background, or for someone who wants to learn a new programming language. After completion of this course, you'll be able to write simple to complex programs and also gain confidence to solve complex problems. And also you'll be able to compete for various jobs associated with Python. And also it will act as a base for more advanced courses such as web development, machine learning, etc. In the very first section, we'll see how to install Python on our system, and also I'll give you an overview of Jupyter Notebook which we'll be using to write our code. In the next section, we'll see how to save different types of data using Python, such as numbers, strings, lists, dictionaries, tuples, booleans, and sets. Then we have operators. The very first, we have basic operators, in which we'll see how to perform operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Then we have comparison operators. If we want to compare two numbers, we can use lesser than, equal to, greater than, equal to, and not equal to. Then we have logical operators such as or and not, in which we can use to combine multiple comparison operations. Then we have Python statements. The very first is if, elif, and else. Let's say we want to determine whether a number is even or not. We can use if, elif, and else. Then we have for loops. When we want to run a piece of code a couple number of times, let's say if we want to print a table of 2 into 1 equal to 2 till 2 into 10 equal to 20, we can use for loops. Then we have while loops, which is similar to for loops. While loops are generally used when we want to run a specific piece of code unless and until certain conditions are specified. Then we have useful operators. These are generally used to generate numbers, let's say from 1 to 10, and these are used in collaboration with for loops. And we have list comprehension. This is basically a shortened version of for loop. Then we'll move to methods and functions. Methods are something which come into play whenever we create an object, okay, that are available built-in. Functions are something that are created by us. Let's say we have a code in a program which is used to determine whether a number is prime or not. Let's say this code is used at many places in the program. So rather than repeating the code multiple times, we can just write this code once within a function, and whenever we want to use that code, we just need to make a function call. Then we have arbitrary arguments which are used along with function to make it more flexible. Then we have map, filter, and lambda extraction which are used in collaboration with function to reduce the size of the code. Then with the knowledge gained so far, we'll create a first milestone project, that is, we'll create a tic-tac-toe game. Then we'll move on to object-oriented programming. Using object-oriented programming, we can create our own object or class. Let's say we'll create our own class circle having its own attributes, say pi and radius, and also it can have its own methods to perform operations such as area and circumference. So whenever we create an instance of this class of specific radius, we can calculate the circumference and area automatically. Then we'll see other parts of object-oriented programming such as inheritance and special methods as well. Then we have modules and packages. Most of the time in programming, there are some codes which are always used in all the programs. So such codes are written in separate program files, and these are called from the main program file. So main program file will be calling the code which is written in a separate program file. So these separate program files are known as modules. Okay, this can be accessed by any main program file. So collection of such modules are known as packages. Then we'll move on to errors and exception handling. Let's say if there is a piece of code and you know there is some error within it and you want to catch what type of error it is. Basically, there are four parts in error and exception handling. The first part is try, in which we will put in the code in where we are expecting the error to take place. And except part will get executed if some error is found in the try part. Then we have else part, which will be executed if there is no error found in the try part. And then we have a finally part, which will always get executed irrespective of whether an error has been found or not. Then we have Pylint overview and unit testing. Pylint is generally used to check for possible errors and styling issue within any code. And unit testing, we'll see how to write our own test program to validate if the code written is giving the desired results or not. Then with the knowledge gain, we'll create a second milestone project. Then we'll move on to decorators and generators. These are advanced way of using function. Then we'll move on to advanced Python topics. The very first we have regular expression. Let's say you have a document in which you want to find phone numbers stored in specific type of pattern. So we can find that using regular expressions. Then we have web scraping. Using web scraping, you can pull data from websites. Then we'll also see advanced objects and data structures. Then with the knowledge gain, we'll create our final milestone project. So in next lecture, we'll see how to install Python on a system, and also I'll give you an overview of Jupyter Notebook, which will be used by us to write programs. If you found this video to be useful, hit the like button, and if you want to be notified on the updated videos, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.